In this episode, I'm taking you along on a pre-tour of the Craft, Culture, and Craic Women's Tour. Now, even if you're not going to join me or you're not a woman, you might still want to listen to this because I think it's an outstanding itinerary and it may just spark some ideas for your own Ireland trip. Now, the Craft Culture Craic Women's Tour is something that I have been looking forward to doing for quite a few years. I have wanted to do a tour for ladies who may not have somebody to travel to Ireland with, as well as a tour for ladies who might want a girls' trip. So I am super excited to do that in spring of 2026. And I got to tell you, I worked really hard on this itinerary. It's almost my dream trip right now, so I'm super excited for it. And at this exact moment when I'm recording this, I have 3 spaces left. I have 1 shared room still available, so whether you're planning to travel with a friend or you want to make a new one, I have 1 shared room remaining, as well as 1 solo traveler room remaining. I will talk about pricing on that in just a minute, but first I want to give a little bit of an overview about my tours. So this specific tour, the Craft, Culture, and Craic, actually goes through some of my favorite parts of Ireland's south and east. So we're going to have artistry and tradition and a really relaxed pace along the coast. Like all of my tours, this is built around balance. So we have must-see spots, hands-on experiences, loads of culture, amazing food, and then also enough downtime for breathing room, for relaxing, or for following your own curiosity in the areas we are in. Because my groups are intentionally small, there is always a real sense of community. And with this one, I even expect that to be maybe more the case because it is a women's only trip. It allows for a little more bonding, I think. I don't offer my tours very often. This is not what I do full time. I don't run tours. I maybe do 1 or 2 a year. And so they are rather exclusive. You know, each one is created around a theme or an experience that I really want to share. So once it's over, it may not happen again, or if it does, it may not happen in the same way as previously. So I want to dive into what makes my women's Craft, Culture, and Craic tour so special. It just, like I said, it's really a special tour to me. And if you would like to follow along on the website, you can visit irelandfamilyvacations.com/CCC and just kind of follow along on the website while I go through this. So the women's only journey through the fields and fáilte of Ireland takes place April 26th through May 4th in 2026. As I said, this is a women-only small group tour. At this point in time, I am both hosting and leading it. Now, if I do end up selling those last few seats, we're going to upgrade to a professional driver guide. But at this point, I'm driving. Don't worry, I'm a very good driver. But it's going to be a lot of fun with hands-on crafts, local experiences, food tours, and animals. As I was refining this, it became a little more of an animal kind of focused tour as well, which I absolutely love. There are some great experiences included. So the cost of this tour, if you are a solo traveler, meaning that you would want your own room, your own space, you're looking at $4,853 for one person. If you are sharing a room, then the price does come down to $3,412 per person. Now, what that price includes is 8 nights of accommodation. These are 4- and 5-star accommodations. We're staying in some nice places. You are going to not be lacking in food. Your every morning is going to begin with a daily breakfast. And then we also have 2 expertly guided food tours included in this experience. We have 3 group dinners at different locations throughout the tour. So you're going to have lots of local flavors, lots of really incredible food. The places that we've chosen to eat as group meals are known for providing delicious meals. And then we have inclusive experiences as well. So day 1, bang out the gate, you are going to craft your own claddagh ring. Now, the claddagh is the symbol of, love, loyalty, and friendship. It is a souvenir that so many people search out, and you're going to make your own, which I think is going to make this souvenir so much more special to you. It is such a fun experience, and I cannot wait to share it. We are going to see some sheepdogs in action because no visit to Ireland is complete without sheep and sheepdogs. We are going to visit the Saltee Islands, which is one of the most important bird sanctuaries in Ireland, and be able to spot puffins up close in their natural habitat. It is a wild, windswept island, rugged spot. But the puffins, the great thing about the puffins is that they just they're not afraid. Now, obviously, you're not going to go cuddle a puffin, but you can get pretty close, which makes this just such a really, really incredible experience. I also have a cliff walk planned in Ardmore. This is one of my favorite cliff walks in all of the country. Ardmore is a beautiful spot in County Waterford. You're going to have the beautiful coastal views. Some of the oldest early Christian sites in Ireland are here, and a stunning round tower that sits on top of the hill overlooking the beach and out to the ocean. It's just a beautiful, beautiful spot. And then I have also worked in time for my favorite type of relaxation, which is a seaweed bath. Time for this is at the Cliff House Hotel in Ardmore. It's really a spectacular spot for a seaweed bath because you are literally sitting on the top of the cliff. So birds are flying like at your eye level. It's incredibly cool. One of my very, very favorite places. Now, what you also will get with this tour is my own personal touch. So you're going to have pre-trip recommendations, expert planning guidance for your free time. If you decide to come into Dublin before the trip, or you decide to stay after to do your own touring, I will assist you with that at no additional charge. And you're going to really get that personal experience that when I help people with their trips, that makes them so that just helps to elevate them, right? So I'm there to help you every step of the way. As I mentioned, currently I am driving this tour, but if the last remaining 3 spaces do sell, we're going to upgrade to a private driver. And then you will also receive a personalized travel planner and journal for this tour. You can think of this kind of as a junk journal if you like that kind of stuff where you're sticking in your tickets and pictures and things like that. But it's also going to help you with your planning. You've got a packing list, notes, how to stay connected, when to get your money, all of my professional tips, my tips that I give to people when I work with them. They're all going to be in this keepsake journal. Your gratuities for the group meals, and if we use the driver guide, those are going to be included in the price you pay. So you don't have to worry about getting extra cash for that. And then I also do offer payment options. So if you would like to have a payment plan for your trip, that is easily arranged. Now I want to run through kind of the daily highlights of each day because this is really where the tour shines, is in the activities and the things we're doing. Because like I said at the beginning, we're hitting some spots that are well known. that are going to be familiar. But we also have quite a bit that is just off the beaten path, unique spots that I have visited that I have absolutely loved, and experiences that, they just add that little bit extra to make the trip memorable. As I mentioned, if you decide to add a day or two in Dublin prior to the trip, we can work together to make those days exactly what you want so you're getting the best of Dublin for you while you're there. Now, the tour begins on April 26th, and this is your welcome to Dublin. And if you decide to come in that day, it's perfectly fine because we're not going to start kind of kicking off the tour until probably right after noon. So it would give you time to come in. I will have a room that is ready to hold bags, and you can freshen up if you decide to. So you don't have to worry about checking into a hotel early if you come in that day. We are going to have our first activity is going to be a storytelling tour. This is going to be with my friends at Flavor Trails, and it's a delicious introduction to Dublin's food and the rich history. We're going to share stories, nibble some great food, wander through Dublin. It's going to be so much fun, and I am so looking forward to it because this is the one tour with Flavor Trails. It's brand new. I haven't done it yet, so it's something I'm really looking forward to. And then right after that, we are going to do the claddagh making at Silverworks. This evening is going to be yours to spend as you like. We can go wander around as a group, or you can take off on your own. But this is going to give us time to get out into Dublin's pub scene. So music, chats, a pint or two. Dinner would be on your own. And as we are on that food tour, you're going to get so many great recommendations for where else you might want to try a few of Dublin's best bites. The next day we are leaving Dublin. So I should mention it's really unique that I'm including Dublin in the tour because this is something that I don't normally do. But because I wanted to do the claddagh making and that storytelling tour, we are doing Dublin first. So just a little aside that's a little different than what I usually do. The next day we are heading west toward Adair. So we are going to visit a couple of places that are called thin places. These are places in Ireland where the history and the landscape and maybe the little people or the spirits all seem to meet. The first spot is the Rock of Dunamace. Now, this is a beautiful castle ruin. It's perched above the Laois countryside, and it has views across 4 counties, maybe 5, depending on the day. Centuries of history and an absolutely atmospheric spot. Then we're moving on to the Grangestone Circle. This is just outside of Limerick. It's the largest stone circle in Ireland, and it's a powerful spot to visit. It's a great reminder of Ireland's prehistoric past, but just absolutely one of those places that is unforgettable. We will arrive in Adair that afternoon and settle into our hotel. Now, Adair is often called the prettiest village in Ireland, and you're going to have the time to wander past the thatched cottages that look like they came out of a storybook, or wander through the centuries-old abbey ruins, take a walk on the riverside path. It's just a beautiful little village to spend some time in and not have to worry about getting back on a bus or back in a car to get on to the next spot. Our first group dinner will take place in Adair, and it's going to be a time for us to just kind of settle in, have some good conversation, great food, and kind of look forward to the trip. On the 28th, we have 2 really amazing animal experiences that I'm so excited to include. So we're leaving Adair. We're heading south to the coast. But before we leave this Midland type area, we are going to begin with a hawk walk. So you will have a chance to handle and fly a bird of prey. We're working with an expert falconer, and on some beautiful, beautiful land. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you. It is an experience when you are standing there wearing the leather glove and that bird is coming straight at you. There is no other feeling like that. And then they land, and it's just so softly and so lightly that it's just amazing. There's literally nothing else like it. Leaving there, we're heading on to the donkey sanctuary. Now, this is a spot that when my girls were young, we would visit. We visited a few times, and it's just such a heartwarming place. It is where rescued donkeys are cared for. So we're going to get there. There are donkeys waiting. They're just standing there waiting for you to come up, give them a scratch on the nose, a pat between the ears. There are walking trails through the farm and just fields of donkeys. So it's a great little stop, and I'm really looking forward to sharing that. From there, we are going toward the harbor town of Kinsale, and we are going to be staying probably right on the harbor is the plan. And Kinsale is known for its food. It is one of the foodie capitals of Ireland. So we will have another group dinner on this evening and just enjoy this beautiful little colorful harbor town. On April 29th, we are remaining in Kinsale, and we are going to begin at the Kinsale Farmers Market. Now, this is a completely optional spot on the tour. So if you don't want to visit the farmers market, you can enjoy the Silly Walk to Charles Fort. It's a beautiful walk along the harbor. You can relax and enjoy your room or just wander through town. But again, the Kinsale Farmers Market is so much fun. It's so lively. You get to kind of meet the makers, talk to them. It's a great place to really interact with the people who live in Kinsale. So you're going to get kind of feel that local flavor, if you will. You're going to get that feeling of being a part of the town, which I think is so special. That afternoon, we're going to join the Kinsale food tour and have a stroll through the town's bites and stories, kind of tasting the flavors of the town. And we will be also visiting the Kinsale Mead Company, and you'll learn about Ireland's oldest known drink and how they're kind of reimagining it with some new flavors and kind of beverage mixing and things like that. We are going to spend that second night in Kinsale, and that evening is going to be free for you to follow your cravings. Now, my personal favorite is fish and chips. I like Dino's. It's right on the harbor. No frills, but tasty, tasty food, and just enjoying kind of watching the evening move through the harbor. But you can also hit one of the other restaurants, go out for a pint, some live music in the pubs. So it's a great place to just kind of relax and enjoy an evening. On the 30th, we are continuing along the Celtic coast and going into East Cork. We are going to stop at Middleton Distillery and enjoy Jameson and some of the other libations that they make there. And then we will be checking into the Cliff House Hotel. Now, every room at this hotel overlooks the sea. The way they've done it is really incredible, and I can't wait to share this hotel with you. This is, like I said, my personal favorite spot in Ireland for a seaweed bath, and there is time built in for us to soak and unwind and just relax and enjoy. Now, if the afternoon and evening is nice and the weather is cooperating, we will be getting out onto the Ardmore Cliff Walk and enjoying the views there, exploring the early Christian ruins and some of that maritime history along the coast. And then that evening, we will have a terrific group dinner. If the weather cooperates, we will dine al fresco overlooking Ardmore Bay. So continuing on from Waterford, we are going to head up the coast on bikes. The Waterford Greenway is a Rails to Trails initiative. So we will ride from Dungarvan to Waterford City on electric bikes. If the weather is not on our side, or if you would prefer to skip cycling, I will have a driver that day that can take you touring through the Copper Coast and up to Waterford City, where you can visit the Waterford Treasure Museums while the rest of us are cycling. And like I said, if the weather is just no good, we will all go to the museums. They are terrific museums and well worth a visit. After the biking is over, we will wave goodbye to Waterford and take the car ferry across Passage East into Wexford, where we will be staying at Dunbrody House. Now, this is one of my favorite Georgian manor stays. Absolutely beautiful Georgian manor, terrific grounds, amazing food. Just, it's a great place and one of my favorite spots to spend a couple of days. Now, this first evening is going to be yours to enjoy. You can just relax and unwind in your room, wander through the grounds, or there is a pub on site called The Local. And you can go down and have a little bit of crack and a little bit of dinner on May 2nd. This is our Puffin Day. We will venture to the Salty Islands, and it's a short ferry ride out 20-ish minutes. And depending on the weather and the tide, it could be a little bit of a clamor on shore. I will know more about that as the dates get closer with the tides and everything. We will have time to explore the island. It's home to thousands of nesting seabirds, including the puffin. So it will be a great day's adventure. If the seas are rough, or you would you don't want to deal with the boat and the birds, there will be the option for a driver to take you to the Irish National Heritage Park or along the Wexford coast. So that can be arranged if you would rather not go out and do the bird sanctuary. And then back at Dunbrody House, we will gather for a final included group dinner. The food there, like I said, is spectacular. Dunbrody House is owned by Kevin Dundon, who is a celebrity chef in Ireland. So you can always expect the food to be spectacular. Now, May 3rd is our last official touring day. And on this day, we are going to turn back toward Dublin, and we're going to follow the coast north into Wicklow Mountains National Park. We are going to have those picture-perfect views, hopefully. The weather plays nice. And we will end with a sheepdog demonstration there in Wicklow. From there, we're actually going back inland just a little bit. And this is something I just added to the tour. I changed it a bit from an impersonal airport hotel. We are instead going to spend our final night at a charming inn with a traditional pub in one of the most picture-perfect towns in Ireland, in Inistioge, County Kilkenny. So I'm really looking forward to that stay as opposed to the airport hotel. It is literally the perfect village to end a tour in. Now on May 4th, then that would be the day that you would either depart Ireland or you would be able to continue on your own. And there you are. There's a week in Ireland, hands-on activities, animals, relaxing, great food, and some fun activities. So like I said, this is a tour that's kind of my dream tour right now, and I am super excited to be able to share it. The dates again are April 26th through May 4th, 2026, and there are 3 spots left. 1 shared room for 2 people and 1 solo room. If you have any questions about this tour or any other tours that I offer, you can email me, Jody, Jody, at IrelandFamilyVacations.com. I would love to answer your questions, maybe get onto a call with you to to talk about the tour and see if it would be a good fit for you. As always, I want to thank you so much for listening. And even if you don't join me on this tour, maybe it sparks a few inspirations for your own. Until next time, Slangeful.